All right, let's just jump right in. Think about one of the most fundamental parts of our economy, borrowing money. For a car, a house, a business, it's huge. And let's be honest, for decades, that whole process has been slow, rigid, and super frustrating. Well, right now, that entire system is being completely reinvented from the ground up, all thanks to artificial intelligence.
And this whole revolution really boils down to one simple but honestly pretty profound question. We've all been there, right? Feeling like your entire financial life, all your hard work, is just reduced to a single three-digit number. A number that only ever looks backwards. But what if? What if a lender could see your future potential instead? Well, that is the core promise of this massive AI-driven change.
So, to really get how big of a deal this is, we got to quickly rewind and look at the old rules. The traditional lending system, the one we all grew up with, it's built on this really narrow and, well, a totally backward-looking view of financial risk.
And here is the difference in a nutshell. The old way, it could take days, even weeks to get a decision. They'd pour over maybe, 15 different data points, with your FICO score being the absolute king. The new way, the AI-powered way, a decision in seconds. And it's not looking at 15 variables, it's analyzing over 2,500 of them. It's trying to build a real picture of your potential. So yeah, that's not just an improvement, it's a completely different universe of thinking.
So what is this revolution really? Well, the best way I've heard it described is like this. We're moving from a blurry, old, black and white snapshot of your finances to a full-color, 4K, high-definition video. These new AI models can see all the nuance, the context, and the trends that the old system was just completely blind to.
Okay, so the core idea here, the engine driving all of this, is something called AI-powered underwriting. All it really means is using machine learning to sift through thousands and thousands of data points. And we're talking about things way beyond just your payment history. I mean, things like your field of study, your career path, even your real-time bank account data, stuff that can actually show a lender what your cash flow looks like today. The whole goal is to get way better at predicting who's likely to repay a loan, which leads to decisions that aren't just faster, but in many cases, a lot more accurate.
All right, theory is one thing, but how does this actually play out in the real world? Let's get specific. We're going to break down how one of the pioneers in this space, a company called Upstart, is using AI to totally change the lending game.
So the process itself is kind of simple on the surface, but incredibly powerful underneath. First up, the platform gathers over 2,500 data points from you. Then its AI models get to work. And these models have been trained on a mind-boggling data set, over 82 million actual repayment events. That is a massive library of financial behavior. And the result of all that? An automated, data-driven decision in less than 10 seconds. It's wild.
So what does that actually get you? What's the real-world impact? For starters, Upstart's AI approves 27% more borrowers than traditional models. And here's the kicker. It does it all while maintaining the exact same level of risk. So this isn't about loosening the standards. It's about being smarter. It means people who were perfectly good candidates, but were totally invisible to the old system, are now getting access to the credit they deserve.
And hey, for the lenders, for the banks, the news is maybe even better. The AI models are so good at predicting risk that they see 75% fewer defaults compared to the old school methods. I mean, think about that. That is the holy grail for any lender. More loans with way less risk. It's a win for the borrower and a huge win for the bank.
But here's where it gets really interesting, and frankly, really important. By looking beyond just that one single credit score, the model actually approves 41% more Black and Latino applicants. This strongly suggests that a more data-rich, holistic approach can start to open doors for communities that the traditional system may have historically overlooked.
I mean, when you just lay it all out side by side, the contrast is it's stark. We're going from a handful of variables to thousands. From days of waiting for an answer to a decision in seconds. We're going from judging your past to actually trying to understand your future. The difference truly is night and day.
And look, don't think for a second that this is just about personal loans. This technological wave is crashing over every single corner of the lending world, from the biggest mortgage you'll ever take out to the smallest loan for your startup business.
Seriously, think about any time you might need to borrow money. A mortgage for a new home? Yep, AI's there. A loan for your small business? You bet. From auto loans and credit cards to all those buy now, pay later options you see everywhere online, this technology is quickly becoming the new engine of pretty much all lending.
Let's just take the big one, the loan most of us will ever apply for, a mortgage. For decades, it's been an absolute nightmare of paperwork and just endless waiting. But AI is creating something that, honestly, used to sound like science fiction: the 8-minute mortgage.
The traditional mortgage process, right? It can drag on for 45 days, sometimes even more. But with AI automating everything from verifying your documents to the final underwriting decision, lenders are now slashing that time down to just 8 days. For anyone who has ever been through the nail-biting stress of buying a home, that is a truly revolutionary change.
Okay, so this all sounds incredible. Faster, fairer, better. But, and this is a big but, with any technology this powerful, there are some really critical questions we have to ask about fairness, about transparency, and about responsibility. Getting this balance right is everything for the future of lending.
You see, AI lending really is a double-edged sword. On one side, the advantages are just undeniable. Greater inclusion, faster decisions, lower costs. But on the other side, and you can't ignore this, you've got some very real risks. These AI models can sometimes be a black box, making it super hard to understand why they made a certain decision. There's a real danger they could just end up amplifying hidden biases from old data. And of course, you've got massive concerns around data privacy and how regulators are going to keep up with all this.
So, at the end of the day, the real challenge, the crucial point, is making sure that these incredibly powerful tools are actually built to expand opportunity for more people, not just to find new, more efficient ways to repeat the mistakes of the past. It's all about careful design and constant human oversight.
And that really leaves us with one final and kind of provocative thought. This technology, this swarm of intelligent systems, it's not waiting for our permission. It's already here, and it's already building the future of finance. The only real question left for us is, will we be the ones to actively shape that future, or will we simply be shaped by it?